Welcome to week 1 of our Caseload Makeover. I am your host, Carrie Clark, and this month we're doing a caseload makeover to slim down your caseload for speech language pathologists, speech language therapists, and SLPAs. So the first step to cleaning up your caseload is to take inventory. So today I'm going to show you how to do a caseload audit during this week's therapy session. So this should require no outside of work time for you to do this, but this is the very first step we're taking on a journey to clean up caseloads and streamline and simplify and make sure that all of our inefficiencies are gone out of our system and we're left with a really beautiful system that helps our clients make faster progress. So, like I said, I'm Carrie Clark, speech language pathologist. Welcome to my caseload makeover. This is the result of some work that I have been doing over the last couple of years on and off with one of my friends who has a private practice here in town. And her practice has contracts with a lot of the rural school districts. And so every once in a while, Laura will call me up and say that she needs help with one of the rural schools, either the cleaning up of the caseloads or just filling in gaps as needed. And so this idea first came from a school district that we helped out with a couple years back, where they had an implementer, a speech language pathology implementer for a long time, which is it's no longer allowed in Missouri. I don't know if other places do this, but it's basically where the speech therapy is provided by someone who is not a licensed speech language pathologist, but kind of a lesser certification. And so they no longer do this. And so we were basically coming into the school district after it had not had a full SLP for a very long time, and looking at the caseloads, looking at the IEPs, and just our goal was by the end of the school year to have everything cleaned up, to have everyone on the proper plan for them, to dismiss the kids that no longer needed to be lingering on IEPs, and to just really make sure that all of the systems and processes were moving smoothly. And so that was kind of the first caseload makeover that we took on. And then this school year, I have also been helping out at a rural school district who was not in the same situation. It was not poorly managed at all, but they unexpectedly lost one of their SLPs. And so they needed someone to just come in and fill in the gaps. And so I'm helping out with that. But this is also allowing me to kind of look at a caseload with fresh eyes and to be able to see some of the things where maybe kids have been lingering, maybe kids are not quite on a plan that matches what they need to be working on. And so being able to help clean up that one as well. And then I'm also working with the coaching clients, and one of which I talked to last week, and she inherited someone else's caseload as well. And, is just trying to figure out, okay, are all the kids on this caseload still on plans that make sense? There seem to be some that are lingering that maybe don't necessarily need the speech therapy anymore, but unclear whether they're ready for dismissal or if they need something else. So all of these experiences together have combined in my mind to create this caseload makeover. And the whole idea of this is to find inefficiencies in your system, in your caseload, and then to figure out how to help our clients make faster progress so that they can get caught up, they can stop missing class time, and then you can have a more manageable caseload. So it is a win-win all around. Everybody benefits. So whether you inherited a messy caseload or you've just been in survival mode for so long that your caseload is a little chaotic, we are going to use this time right now. This is the best time to do it because we're right in the middle of the school year. We've got that new calendar year energy to kind of motivate us to get things cleaned up. We can get everybody cleaned up by the end of the school year. And then next year is going to be even more efficient because you'll have all of these systems already in place. So the first step to doing a caseload makeover happens this week. So we are starting with a caseload audit. Okay. So this is something that I've been running with my caseload that I took over, my caseload takeover, and also with my coaching clients. And so now you guys are going to get to have a go at this. And whether you have a subscription to the SLK curriculum or not, you can still participate in this. So what we want to do is we want to get a good picture of where you stand. Where is your caseload right now? how are all of our clients doing and where are some of the red flags where we need to kind of take a deeper look and see what's going on. And so if you do have a subscription to the SLK curriculum, I just posted our Caseload Audit checklist. So you can log in and grab that. You should have access to that inside your platform right now. And so you can grab that audit checklist, or if you don't, you can also just do this on a spreadsheet. You can do it on a piece of paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down the initials of all of your clients. I would suggest writing them down in order that you see them in therapy. So you can just do this as you're in your therapy sessions, or if you like to be a little pre-organized, you can write them down ahead of time. But you're going to write down each client's initials, and then you're going to mark 2 things for each client. The first one is their progress status. So for each client, you're just going to mark generally how they're doing on progress. So your options are new or no data. So you don't have enough data to really tell, or they just had their IEP. The next one is struggling. Then we have plateaued, those clients who were making progress and maybe have stalled out a little. We have making progress, which means everything's good. And then we have our close to dismissal. So those are the kids who maybe you're not sure if they do need to be dismissed, or they are getting close and you'd really like to just push them through that last little bit. Okay. So that's the first thing you're going to do, is you're going to mark their progress status on one of those options. And then you're going to mark any additional needs they have. And the 2 additional needs that I have suggested are that you know that they need better goals. You don't like the goals, they're not working. Or you feel like they need better materials because you don't have them on a plan that you feel like is working. Okay. So those are the things you're writing down. For each client, you're going to write down their initials, their progress status, and their additional needs. You should do this during your speech therapy sessions while you are looking at that child with your eyeballs. So this should not take extra time outside of work. You should not have to take this home. But just this week during your sessions, have this checklist in front of you, and then just kind of don't overthink it, right? Just see where they seem to stand right now. What's their progress? Do you automatically know that they need better goals or better materials? If you need to, just take a few moments to just listen to them in conversation and see what comes up. Sometimes we get so into the weeds with the actual therapy that we don't think to step back and look at the big picture. So just sit there, just sit with them, have a conversation, talk about their favorite topics, ask them how to play their favorite video game. And then think about where they are conversationally, what things stand out, look at their IEP goals and see where they were when those goals were written. Look at, do they seem like they're on track to meet the goals that they have written before their review date? So think about, does it seem like they're going to meet that IEP? Are they falling behind? All of those pieces, just kind of get a general sense of each child. As my coaching client described last week, just, use your general vibes. I'm working off vibes here. What vibes are they putting out? And check those boxes and then move on. Okay, so that's it for this week. I just want you to take an inventory of where they are, because in our subsequent weeks, I'm going to give you some little assignments, some little activities that you can do that are going to work on improving these inefficiencies that we're outlining and identifying now. So don't get too hung up on what we're going to do about it. Just get the data down for right now of where they stand. From here, then we'll give you those specific we'll work on those specific activities to address specific challenges, okay? So next week, then we will start with the kids that you check the box for needs better materials. This is the low-hanging fruit. If we can get those clients on a good therapy plan and get that set up, then that frees you up to work on some of these other things that are going to take a little more brain power and a little more time, okay? So inside our curriculum, we have those goal packets. Next week, I'm going to show you how to just match the client goal with one of our goal packets, print out the packet, drop it in their folder. You have therapy planned and prepped for at least the next month, if not multiple months. These are supposed to be packets that could take you a whole year of therapy. If you have 3 goals, you can work on those goal packets. That'll take you through a year of therapy. So by just matching their goals with the packets we already have, you will be able to plan and prep therapy for months on end. And that's going to free up your time and energy to work on these other bigger picture items. Okay. So that's next week. After that, we're going to look at those close to dismissal clients because that's the next lowest hanging fruit on our tree. These are the clients that maybe some of them are actually ready to be dismissed and you can just completely remove them from your caseload. Maybe some of those are ready to be moved to a consult model where you are consulting with parents and teachers to help them continue the progress that they're seeing in therapy and just carry that over to throughout their day. And then maybe there are some who just need some home and classroom support to run that final mile in the race and hit the finish line. They're so close. They just need to be pushed through. And that can't be all you because you only see them once or twice a week. They need that consistently throughout the day. So we'll be putting systems in place to make sure that that process is smooth and effortless and that you will just have an automated system that you can just plug and play every time a client gets close to dismissal. Okay. After that, then we're going to look at those struggling kids and the ones that say they need better goals. We're going to look at providing easier and quicker data probes so that you have a good idea of what strategies are working and when something's not working so you can pivot. And we're going to put each and every one of those kids on a success plan that's going to accelerate their progress. And then from there, we have a lot of flexibility of other things we can work on because now we've cleared up a lot of these other pieces. Now we can look at behavior management, group therapy management, executive functioning skills. How many of our kids are struggling with that? And it's making it harder for them to progress in all areas, right? We'll look at collaborating with teachers and parents to help those clients make faster progress and really hone in on the specific challenges that are holding them back. We are going to help them break free of those challenges so they can become the best versions of themselves possible. So I am excited about this caseload makeover. I hope you are excited about this caseload makeover. I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. So all you need to do this week is start on your caseload audit. So just go through and check for each client, whether they are new, struggling, plateaued, making progress, or close to dismissal, which of those, and then any additional needs. Do they need better goals or better therapy materials? Like I said, you can jump into the SLK curriculum and grab the caseload audit checklist if you want one pre-made for you, or you can make your own. And then if you have questions or if you'd like to share your insights and reflections on how this caseload audit looks for your caseload, you can jump into the discussion board inside our SLK curriculum. We'll have some conversations going in there so we can talk about your insights. And that will also help me guide the next weeks of the program to make sure you guys get the exact tools and resources you need to make your caseload makeover a success. So you can find all that at hub.speechandlanguagekids.com. I can't wait to see your results. Let's do it. Here we go.